Living in Peace launch that we put on this evening. As you know, we have been working hard in our community, trying together, each and every one together, trying to build peace. We have been going through a lot and we realize that we need to take the initiative and get our hearts together and get something going in our community. So we are here this evening to celebrate the event of there have been a lot of killing in our communities. And what we're doing, we're trying to say, I think Ziggy, when he introduces it to the advisory group, he said a night. I don't know, for those of us that are from Jamaica, we know what a night is all about. We gather together and we celebrate. Not that we're happy for those that passed on, but we just want to just get together and encourage each other. And so this evening we're here to put on this launch on behalf of all those that have passed away in our community, for those that are grieving. And you know, I know for myself as a member of the community, I have seen many different parents that are grieving and are suffering. And so this evening we are here to kind of stand up with them, hold up their hands, and let them know that they're not alone. We are with them. We will continue to encourage them and we'll continue to stand with them.
It has been a tremendous hard struggle trying to bring peace in the community. As we know, there is a lot of barriers and a lot of things holding this community from working together. And everybody came together and worked and said, everybody that's here proved that they're looking for peace. They don't really want to see the violence and the struggle in the community.
Okay, coming to us now, we have a panel that we are going to be discussing about a lot of the points that we really debated on in our advisory meeting, knowing that we had different forums in the 6 different priority areas that we were focusing on, and we want to give you a little bit more than what Jillian gave you on the PowerPoints. And you can also, after their presentation, you can also ask them for questions. They can tell you a little more of what you need to know.
I must admit that I found this report surprising because it really deconstructed numerous stereotypes, generalizations, and I guess overall misconceptions. To be honest, I started to subscribe to some of these misconceptions. A great example of this is the widely believed turf war occurring amongst the various Jane and Finch neighborhoods. The youth focus group at Gosford found that our youth feel comfortable and relatively safe traveling through the various Jane and Finch neighborhoods. They suggested that these misconceptions are created by the media's hype. It was pretty interesting that the findings from the adult focus group also suggested that some of the unfortunate realities that exist in Jane and Finch isn't because of inter-community turf wars, but rather because of the actions of outsiders who do not live in any of the Jane and Finch neighborhood. Now let's turn to one of the most contentious issues in all of the local neighborhoods: police and their interactions with residents. All the youth in Gosford's focus group felt uncomfortable around police. Their fears and anxieties stem from the constant harassment and abusive treatment that they say are directed towards them from the officers. While the adults mentioned no discomfort around police officers, they did confirm the youth's belief, and many stated they witnessed officers abusing powers and profiling the neighborhood's youth. Both groups feel that there is a communication barrier between police and the community in general, whether it be youth or adults. To youth, the police have now become a symbol of fear instead of trust.
Collectively, we have to all come together to bring that change and support each other in any way possible. The high-profile 13 neighborhood and Jane Fidel has been labeled as one of them. You talk about policing as an issue. We've got to talk about families. How do we work together? It starts at home. The youths of today, people don't fear that they are lacking respect and lacking whatever needed, but sometimes the kids only need love, and to hear that more often, it's not told in us. When we talk about parents, kids having kids, uneducated, we have to do something about that ourselves and be responsible for some of the things that's happening to our young next generation. I want to just touch a little bit on America. We see change. For the first time in history, we have seen somebody of color hold a position. That should mean something to all of us. We can change what's happening in our household. We can change the neighborhood that we live in. We don't need to blame the police. Start blaming ourselves. And when we talk about who is responsible, it's not me, it's us responsible for what we're doing.
Came together as a community, seeing things that we wanted to achieve and reaching for them as hard as we can. Even though we don't reach to the top, but we continue to reach and we never pull back, even when the pain and the pressure came down like a shower of rain. We continued. We had a spectacular event where the festival event where everybody was out. The rain came down and nobody left. We kept going through the rain because we believed and we wanted to see it successful for this community. We wanted so much for this community to feel the passion and the care that we feel that there is in this community. But because of fear in everyone's heart, all their passion disappeared. And all I'm saying right now is the time for us all to draw near and bring back that passion that makes us all feel love and respect and honored in this community.
There's a glass ceiling over our head pretty much. And even look at funders. I mean, funders that fund all these great programs and initiatives, whether it be community barbecues or community centers or whatever. We have to question, are these funders really good guys? Are they really our allies? I'm not going to get too much into this though, but no, they're not our allies, because what they're doing, if you look at the stipulations that they place on their funding, they pretty much, it's set up so that you can't really address systemic issues that have the majority of them are the mainstream ones. It's set up so that the current system is perpetuated and the status quo is maintained, because they have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo.
So you're gonna take on all of that? Trust me. Okay, what are you guys doing here? Are you here to help us